we can try to get some of our young people before they're devoured by the little bit of time that's left in this world. I'm of the opinion, just looking around at the signs, that we have no idea how many years are left. But you can at least count the accelerated decline of life on Earth. Over the last decades, life has been declining with people, with smoke, everything. Species disappearing. But now, the decline is accelerated to where it's a 100-year flood or a 100-year drought, either every year or every other year. And if Pakistan have a flood, their 100-year flood this year, which they have floods in Pakistan, India all the time, during the monsoon season. But they have been having excessive, real regular, close together monsoons that wash everything away. It wash all the seeds away. It floods everything out. It wash all the crops away. It muddies up. It destroys everything. It clogs up everything. And it just ain't fun no more. And at the same time, the cycle of droughts where Europe is burning up, right? But they say this year, at the end of this year, it's going to be cold in Europe. So they're having excesses on both ends. People are dying of heat strokes and everything. Why? Because if it gets 90 or 100 degrees, in Europe, they don't have air conditioning. They never had, right? They don't have air, like the buildings in Arizona and all around there. They don't even, you can't hardly buy a little portable air conditioner. They don't make them hardly. They're just starting to produce a little plug-in air conditioner, you know. Yeah, to cool off one room and everybody just stay in there. The point is, things is getting out of hand. The timeline is getting closer. And what can we do in all of this? So, is to go back to our original mission. To invite people to Islam and target, it's not that we're just targeting African American youth, but now we're targeting all the youth because they're all being trampled by the same disease. This stuff is not only in and around our neighborhood, but it is this ideology. Let me stop a minute to say, we're not going out to condemn ideologies. What we're going to do is teach Islam directly from the ayats of Quran and the Hadith, especially like Sahih Muslim. This is what Islam is. And it's the most popular hadith on Islam. This is what Iman is, right? From the Hadith, Iman, from Quran, right from Concordance, telling it straight from. We're going to teach what Islam is, not basically what Islam is not. Oh, the people ain't teaching Islam. We're not going to do that. We're going to teach, and that's what our goal was in the beginning, and all our flyers recommended. This is what Imam is. This is what faith is. This is what liberation is. They was talking about Uhuru and everywhere, and we was telling them, Hurriyah. This is what liberation is, just like our flyers and say. Liberation through discipline, liberation through faith, right? Liberation, that Islam is a true liberation. So we're not saying black liberation is not the way to go. And also at the same time in the 80s, that Latin American liberation theology, that's what, right? Mm-hmm. That's what they was called, liberation theology. The Catholic priests, which Catholicism is more revolutionary than the other stuff. So that's at the time, that was all catching on. And we were saying, it's not the true liberation. We didn't argue with anybody. We didn't go around telling nobody that Negro Islam, the black man is God and the white man is the devil. We never gave any speeches against that. We told them, this is what Islam is. Right? That's where we are now. Okay, so we're going to go into a little more activism, fundraising, and things of that nature. But right now, the property we have, we'll use it for what we've been waiting to use it for. Example, next door, that would be 4481. That would be, we'll put some tile down, we'll fix it up, and but that will be our strategic headquarters for now. And as we say, for those who come in, we're going back to our original doctrine or mission, was to invite people to Islam. And we'll start right where we are, but it'll go all, we're going to visit all the big masajid and centers like we used to, and that's what we're going to be talking about, what Islam is. And we're going to invite them to help us. Our first goal is to raise about, actually, we started with our original 200,000. That's not enough right now. So we'll head for $500,000. We're going to travel all around the country. We're going to go to the different masajid all around the country, just like we used to, and say we would like to make an announcement, we would like to do this, that, and other, and we would like to raise a little fund. Some will say, get out of here. Some will say, welcome, and go ahead. And we might start Dar Hijra over there, since they know us so well. And we'll give them the pitch. Don't worry, we know what we're talking about here. And we know who you got in here. We're talking about, we're telling them this is our mission now. It's always been our mission. But to focus on inviting people to Islam, teaching what Islam is, not what Islam is not. Just like in the flyer, we just said, this is a big step for how to deal with different groups. Islam, the true liberation, right? This does not say the Nation of Islam is bad, right? It doesn't say that black liberation is bad. This is 83. It said Islam is the true liberation. And we outlined what we're saying. This is from Oakland. We used to have programs all the time. What I mean is we're returning to our original roots, because those are original, the heyday, all these big zillion-dollar conferences, we'd have been to so many of them. We can just imagine that they didn't say nothing. Like it's still going on today, probably. Just wrapping up in Chicago, right?
Well, they go tomorrow also. They go for 4 days.
I looked at the flyer, there's nothing, the invitation. Okay, we're not going to condemn them. We're not going to go against that. You guys is crazy, man. That's dumb. But what are we about? In other words, the product that we sell, this is what it does. This is how good it is. This is how long it lasts, right? Not, don't use that product. That product ain't no good. That product, no. Right? We've been at this policy, but now we're at another stage. It could be, this is a great recovery stage because all the property we have around here, we're going to use it now. For what people might have been wondering, well, we haven't been using that. We could have got rent for there, rent for there, rent for there. We could have got all that money coming in. Well, it wasn't time to use it for that. Because number one, we already knew it wasn't going to be used for that. But exactly what would we be doing during this next phase? And there's a lot of things going on in this type of timing, and the methods we use is a little different from other people, but we believe strongly in Allah, and then we believe that Allah is going to send us in just the right time, just the right condition, right? For you to do just what's good for you according to what you have with you at that time. And this is good for us, it's good for the community. You know, it's back to our original, it's not back to it, we've been here all the time. We never left our brothers that needed money in fundraising time. We never, Imam, all those. We never left our goal. And another thing is, we never sold anybody out. We never sold anybody. We're proud of our record. I would say there's nobody with a record of stability and continuity is nowhere close to ours. And you got to remember, all of this time, the whole United States government, if it's transportation, it's 5 dilapidated vehicles out there, all up ran perfect. Nothing happened to none of them. Right? Somebody just pulled this out, pulled that out, and there it is. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay? And it's been going on. That has been going on ever since we've been here, for decades. Okay? Property, isolation, cut off. Any other movement would have died out or went to sleep 40 years ago. The day after we got started, they would have looked at the odds and went home, went to sleep. It's not us. I'm going to use when the Quran uses certain terms. Has stands for fortunate, but it also stands for luck. You know, when you read the Arabic dictionary for that. And I feel like we're the luckiest Negroes in the world. There's no doubt about it. Any picture I show you of all the grandees from the old days, they've all rotted in prison, and they've all quit, died, and all of my friends, all of them definitely have been killed. That's why when the so-called Negro freedom movement on the TV the other day, talking all that about those same Negroes, they're the exact same Negroes. But there ain't nothing to been there. We had programs with them. They were there to take over where the Black Panther left off. So they didn't know Fleeta Drungo was one of my best friends, you know, the Soledad brothers, nor W.L. Nolan. My best friend's cousin is W.L. Nolan, you know, like we all, W.L. in 57, we was at FRS, the Frico Ranch School for Boys. Yeah, I'll tell you. Now, these armchair Negroes were in the office one day and they joined talking about organizing some work. First of all, well, the program for the AL Day, Liberation Day, that we have so-and-so's speaking on an anti-drug thing. We're going to have this, we're going to have that. I say, you're going to have that here in Oakland? I said, the minister and the captain are the biggest dope fiends in Oakland, and everybody knows that. They just know that. The captain and the minister, they didn't know that. At least they act like they didn't know. So you're going to have them here talking about drugs. Well, if you keep them awake long enough, that'll be great. You know, I said, that'll be great, and I'm telling them, but that wasn't it. The thing, Fleeta Drungo was my best friend. We was at Fred Sinella School for Boys together in 61. And we was at Tracy together. He was my workout partner. Him and BVI, we worked, you know, like you have workout partners. And we was at Tracy together. The only thing, in March of 65, I went home. And the same month, he went to Soledad. He went through that whole thing, the Soledad brothers. And also he went through the thing of, he was on the tier when they killed George Jackson in San Quentin in 71. That was, 71, in August of 71. Yeah. So, one of the greatest pleasures for me was we had a program a few years back for Geronimo Pratt at the Infirmary Park, well, they call it Bobby Hutton Park in Oakland. And as I was up there speaking, and everybody was coming around, and one of the ladies, her husband was the biggest guy in the black movement, you know, they wear all the dashikis and stuff. And so you could tell she's about 80% Indian or a mixture of Afro-Indian. Pure black hair, actually pretty nice, and not pretty nice, very nice. And deep brown red skin. So I'm getting ready to speak, and she's standing there getting ready to go up after me. She said, "Are you the one they call Big Black?" You know, like some mystical person they had all heard about. I said, "Well, Big Hank, that's what." And at the same time, after I spoke, three things happened. One of the secret police in Oakland, black one, I knew who he was. He was in a group that we had, but he came by and he ain't gonna say nothing direct. And all he did was, like he was walking around, man, we're very proud of you. This is the police. You gotta remember, because the police do what they do because they don't think nobody's any good. All the niggas they investigate, women drinking up all, you know what I mean? So they was close to our organization, you know, back in the day. And they've been following me. That's the second time they've approached me. That be in the Oakland Police Department. That's why you see any picture with me being assaulted, it's by a white police or Mexican police, not no black police. Because all the black police in Oakland, they know, oh, this is the same brother that they all know. You can't get not one, well, maybe the new ones know. I'm just telling you. So I'll jump back to where we are. This liberation movement, yeah, we tried to invite so-and-so, Freedom Jungle, over, and he was hiding under the desk, and these armchair niggas that never busted a grape in their life. You can tell, you know what I mean, that they've never been in a fight, they don't know what it is. Because of the way they're talking about one of the survivors. Imagine if everybody get wiped out, and you're there seeing it happen. You can hear the sounds and the smells. Then you have to stay in that environment. Then you go back to this joint, and everybody dead. Everybody, you can imagine. When you get out, I remember the last time I saw him, he had a bottle of Ripple, you know. But I didn't stop and say, man, you big revolutionary, got a bottle of Ripple. Hell, everybody got killed. He's lucky that he can walk. You know what I mean? And remember his name, and then his mother when I was giving that talk. And so, an old lady, she was 94 then. I might have it on camera. Somebody come up to me and says, hey man, Frida's mother want to talk to you. I said, Frida Drunkel's mother? I didn't know she was up in Northern California because he used to be from LA. Slossers, Low Riders. He was all the time he was out in LA, but now he was up there. So his mother said, because I used the term work out, so she, at her age, she said, I didn't know you used to play with my son. You know, like when they shoot marbles or something. I said, yeah. He said, when he come home and he didn't come out